গুড ইভিনিং রানুদি, কেমন আছেন?
ভালো আছি। কালকে আপনার ইনভিটেশন রাখতে পারিনি, কিছু মনে করবেন না।
না না, মনে
ভীষণ
কর।
নিজেকে ইম্পিওর লাগে। আই এম নট এ ক্রিয়াবান। খালি মনে হয় যে কবে আমি সদ্গুরু পাবো।
আমি ওনার সঙ্গে কথা বলিনি। আমি ভাবছি কালকে ফোন করব ওনাকে, মুরলি
ওকে,
বাবাকে। হ্যাঁ, আগামীকাল ফোন করব। লেট আস সি হোয়াট ইজ হিজ কনভিনিয়েন্স। হি ইজ নাও আ লিটল অন দ্য রং সাইড অফ 85. So,
ও ও
so we have to, defer to
Wait.
him. Yeah.
হুম হুম
সো লেট আস সি। ও একটু জল টল না হলে উনি হয়তো মানবেন না, একটু ঠান্ডা হলে।
আই গট ইট।
Yeah. So let us wait
I
for
got
that only.
হুম
I didn't want to disturb him too early during the summer because he is going to say let अभी कुछ ठंडा होने दीजिए फिर देखते हैं, like that he will say.
Sahi, and as it is that Samita is also going for her daughter's marriage, so that way
Yeah,
she's not available.
she said June
So
only, no?
Yeah, it's on 1st May, but she will be returning in June. So post June it is. So July में तो बरसात आ ही जाएगा.
Correct. July maximum এখন changes in the weather and the climates are taking place,
Right,
but
right.
even allowing for that, sometimes after 15 July I guess we should be able to make it, but I have to wait for his final word. So I'll call him up. How many of us are there? You are there, Samita is there, and anybody else?
And two more, two from my friend circle.
Okay, so 4.
If we are 4, yeah, we are 4.
Okay, I'll talk to him tomorrow.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, Jai Guru. So, good evening. We are still on chapter 3, Karma Yoga. And the wonder of wonders is, I'm doing the same thing in about half an hour earlier, from 5:30 to 6:30 in Hindi. And then I'm doing it in English. And it's not, phasing me out or, in fact, I'm excited because I get to learn more. And, there's no end to knowledge. The more you learn, the more you know that you have not really learned anything. And that is my status. The more I learn, the more gaps appear. This is not covered, this is not covered, and like that. So I hope and pray my Guru Maharaj is kind as he is always and takes me along to my capacity. And in the process, his blessing is that it is not a task, it is a pleasure, it is a wonderful thing to happen. And Gita is such a powerful book, we have always discussed about it. I think I'll split the screen and see everybody. Exit full screen. There we go. Swapna is there, Samita is there. Good. So, in the Hindi version, about half an hour or maybe 45 minutes back, we were reading a particular passage. Fascinating. How your karma can take you down the slope into the ocean, or how your karma can take you way up high, soaring above the mountains. And it is so simple, really. You have to follow some basic rules. So let us continue with that. Let us read that and see where it leads us. Chapter 3, Shlok 28. Some of the words that I've been using, ethereal heart and stuff like that, there is no replacement for in English for those words like man, shlok. I can say verse, but it looks so foreign and so, contrived. Just doesn't seem natural. So I will stick to shlok and I'll stick to man. At least these two. Let us see. On Friday, yesterday that is, We read the shlok number 27, I think. Yes. Prakrite kriyamanani gune karmani sarvasha ahankara vimudatma karta ahmiti manyate. Which means all the activities, all the work in the entire creation, in the entire Brahmand, in the entire cosmos is done by God's power, His Shakti. The foolish amongst us think they are doing it, their job. For example, if I think I am doing the Gita part, it's so foolish. Because number one, that Shakti is with my Guru only. Only he can stimulate my brain. Only he can make words, form words in my mind, and then I am able to, present those words to the listeners, all being done by him. We have to learn this. How? Right from the beginning of our individual lives, the parents, then the teachers, then the friends, and then the society imposes certain aspersions on us. You're like this is Sapna, this is Runabai, this is J.K. Agarwal, this is so and so, this is so and so. That name, where does it come from? It does not come naturally as a package from the Almighty. It is something that is given to you by your parents. Right? And that sticks to you throughout your life. Unless you go to the court, make an affidavit and swear that I shall be henceforth known as so and so, not so and so. Which nobody does mostly. Okay. So now you have to live with this name. Similarly, just as geographically you can't change your neighbors, you can't change China, you can't change Pakistan, you can't change Sri Lanka, you can't change Bangladesh. Similarly, you can't change your environment, you can't change your friends, you can't change your parents. So some of the things that you learn from your parent become permanent because you are so receptive. When you are very young, you are very receptive. I remember my granddaughter, she's now an adult, she's 18 plus. And she used to look at me and whatever I pronounced, like we used to come from Dhanbad to Calcutta by car. So she would ask me, what town is this? And I would name it. It was Durgapur, then Panagarh. And just to give it a twist, I used to say Panagore. And she would repeat that. Panagore. That's the name. So the children are receptive. They accept what you are dishing out to them. And they record it. And then later on in their life, they live with it. It becomes a part of their life. Similarly, now I'm coming to the main point. The main point is, right from beginning of our small lives, we believe we are doing something. Homework korecho? Ha, korechi. Ami homework korechi. Perfectly natural, nothing wrong with it. But can you really do it? Uni na korale apni kichu korte paren na. Because your eyes are powered by His power. Your nose is powered by His power. Your mouth is powered by His power. All your organs are powered by Him. One fine day, somebody comes, he is walking and he comes to meet you and he falls and collapses and is gone. What is it that is wrong with him? He's got the same eyes, same nose, same everything, same body, everything is the same. Yet, there is something very vital missing from that body then. That is Pran Shakti. Where is this Pran Shakti coming from? It comes directly from the Lord. And it is equally divided, equally distributed all over the universe. So your work, your activity, everything is done by Pran Shakti. To exemplify that, I will say this. When my Guru Maharaj ordered me to read the Chandi, I told him, Baba, I don't know, I have never seen Chandi and all that. So he said, Ore Baba, তুই নিজে কি ভাবছিস? তুই করবি? এ তো প্রাণ শক্তি করিয়ে নেবে। Hanumanji করিয়ে নেবে is the word he used. Hanumanji is Pran Shakti. So here in this shlok 27 which we read yesterday, Prakriti kriyamani gune karmani sarvasha ahankara vimoodatma karta ahamiti manyate, means Prakriti, nature, activates, kriyamanani, starts, activates all activities in the entire living world through its three guns, Rajagun, Tamagun, Satagun. Those are the activators, those are the keys that, start your vehicle or your aeroplane or your ship or whatever. Foolish people who do not know this feel that they are doing it. This is the one that we read yesterday. Today's one, which I read in Hindi as well, is, the final line in that yesterday's shlok is, Ahankara vimoodatma karta ahamiti manyate, ami korchi, ami korne wala, ami korta, ei bhavta jara murkho, ahankar, what do I say, full of ego, they believe they are the ones who are doing it. For example, let us think of this. Somebody is ruling this entire nation. He is the prime minister. Somebody comes out and becomes the president. Who is doing all this? Everybody thinks Modi is doing it. Modi is not doing it. Are you aware? I don't know about the veracity of this because I have no way of verifying this. I am told that Babaji Maharaj met Modi ji somewhere in Badrinath, Kedarnath. Modi ji had left his house. He had taken an ascetic life, abandoned his wife, his family, everybody, and moved to Kedar and Badri with the intention of becoming a sadhu. And there Babaji Maharaj met him and he said, no, this is not your job. Your job assigned to you by God is for you to go back into politics and take care of the ills of this nation. So he believed it, but fully he was not convinced. So he came back and went to the Pramukh of Ramakrishna Paramahansa Sansthan. And he met him and he said, this is what has happened to me and kindly tell me what to do. I want you to be my guru, etc. I said, no, you have been taught by the right person. Your job is to go and do politics. So he left RSS and he joined BJP, and then the rest is history. I have no means of verifying this. I have no means of certifying this. This is something I have heard. So here now, as opposed to the egoistic, foolish people who think they are doing it, my Guru Maharaj used to say, Loke bole kori ami, Brahma kashe boshiya, muchiki hase jagoter shami. Which means, we have explained this, so let me not go into it. So this is the condition of the egoists. What about the people who know? What happens to them? What is their thinking? Let us read. Tattvittu mahabaho gunakarma vibhagayo gunaguneshu vartanta iti mattvana sajjate. O Arjun, gun, satagun, rajagun, tamagun, gun and karma are separate. Tattvagya Vyakti, he who knows the elements of this division, knows that the sensory organs naturally are attracted by material pleasures. And these are 5 only. Shabda, Sparsha, Roop, Ras, Gandh. So all the sensory organs are busy in this. And therefore, they know that as long as the indriyas exist, as long as my man exists, buddhi exists, my ego exists, they will continue to do this. And there is nothing I can do to remove them from this attraction, or remove myself, detach myself from this attraction. Let us read further. Those who always live in Kutastha. Now, always live in Kutastha, what does that mean? Kutastha, as you know, is the Agya Chakra. Agya Chakra is the 6th chakra from the Muladhara. Muladhara, Swadhisthana, Manipur, Anahat, Vishuddhakhya, and then Agya Chakra. Agya Chakra is here and here. It is where you ladies put the bindi, and here where the sadhus and brahmans do the tiki, choti. So it extends from here to here. In the back, he is with the Pandavas, and in the front, he is with the Kauravas. He doesn't take up arms because he doesn't want to take any sides. God cannot take any sides. He has to allow evil also to prosper as long as it is in their fate to prosper. Okay. So he says, those who live in the Kutastha. How can you live in the Kutastha? The process is explained in Kriya Yoga. Most of those who have got Diksha know how that is possible. All you have to do is, which we read day before also, Shivji has said to Parvati, Shivadi krimi paryantam praninam pranavartate nishwasa shwasa rupena mantroyam vartate priye. Oh Parvati, please understand, I have not abandoned my praja, all my creatures on the earth. I have in fact provided for their welfare. How do they do it? Is Nishwasa Shwasa Rupena Mantroyam Vartate Priye. In the shape of Nishwas and Shwas, Pran Kriya, there is a mantra that I have given to all the pranis. All they have to do is concentrate on that. Let me explain it to you. One moment, please. When you are breathing, you are inhaling and exhaling. Are you conscious that you are inhaling and exhaling? You are not. It happens. Even when you are fully, deeply asleep, this goes on. This is something that Pran has done by itself for you. And there is a quota of how many breaths you take. I have told you it is 21,636 in a 24-hour circle. Now all you have to do is concentrate on the incoming breath and the outgoing breath. This is what Shivji's mantra is. That is the first kriya, and that is the kriya that will help you stay in the Kutastha. So when he says those who stay in the Kutastha all the time, know the difference between Gun and its work and their own work. What is their own work? Their own work is to concentrate on Pran Kriya. Their own work is to absolve themselves of this material attraction and move on. Sanyal Mahasaya says, those who are now skilled and well experienced in staying in the Kutastha. Amar Gurudev bolten, এটাকে ভ্রামরী গুফাও বলে, ভ্রামরী গুহা, আপনারা গুহা বলেন, গুহা, আমরা বলি গুফা, কোন সময় বাংলাতে বলেন গুম্ফা, I don't know. Anyway, so this guha or gufa, whatever you like to call it, is the place where divinity stays. It is also Brahmari, Brahmari. Brahmer ori mane shotru. So it is an enemy of illusion. So if you stay in this gufa, Brahm tumake dhorte parbe na. You will never be disillusioned. You never have illusions, in fact. So Baba used to say, এটাকে বলে ভ্রামরী গুহা, এখানে থেকে বেরোলেই ভ্রম তোমাকে ধরে ফেলবে। তো কি দরকার বাবা, গুফার ভেতরেই থাকো না আরামে, ওখানে আনন্দেতে বাস করো। This is what staying in the Kutastha is. And how does it happen? It happens only with practice. All Kriya Yoga, whatever we do, first stage, second stage, third stage, you have to do with practice. There is no other way. You know, once you sit for Kriya, initially when you get the Diksha, then within 5 to 7 minutes you'll be wondering, oh my God, what am I doing? What have I led myself into? Oh, this is like a prison. etc. I admitted that to my guru as well. I said, Baba, this is what it looks like. What do I do? I feel like running away from this. কোথায় যাবে? If you run away, তুমি যাবেটা কোথায়? তোমাকে কিচ্ছু ছাড়বে না, না তোমাকে ছাড়বে সংসার, না তোমাকে ছাড়বে চিন্তা. Where will you run? You can't run anywhere. So go into this gufa. তুমি ওখানে থাকো. Okay. Then he says, those who stay here have very clearly understood the difference between the work done by Gun, Prakriti, and by yourself. That division is very clear to them. If I am still myself, if I am steady, still, and not moving, then I can understand who is moving around doing what. I am concentrating on something and I am able to decipher the activities of some of these people. But if I am myself very agitated, vacillating around, then I will not realize who is doing what. An example to tell you this is like going in a train. Say for example a Rajdhani or a Shatabdi. Once it is stopped on the station platform, you can look outside and you can see everything without any distortions. But the moment it gathers its full speed and is moving at a highest possible speed, then the things outside are a blur. Why? Because now you are chanchal. Things outside are very steady, but you are chanchal. So your perception of those things becomes blurry. Conversely, if you are on the platform and the train is not stopping on the station and is moving, then you won't see anything except a blur. But if the train comes and stops, you can see people having their tea, coffee, doing their little chit-chat, adjusting their luggage, adjusting their seats, etc. Even though you are on the station, you are not with them. So the objective of this example is that if you want to really know what the world is, where it is leading you, how to get detached from it, then you have to still yourself. And how do you do that? What is it that becomes chanchal? What is it that becomes so vacillating? It is your pran. What happens is when you do your external inhaling, exhaling, it creates a vibration in your inner self. And that is chanchalta. Especially if you are breathing through your left nostril, it is Rajogun. If you are breathing through your right nostril, it is Tamogun. Tamogun is Surya Nadi or Pingla. Pingla is poison. And left is Ida or Rajogun. Both are avoidable. How do you avoid? Alarming, no? How do I stop breathing? And why do I stop breathing? So he says, with the practice of Pran Kriya, you will be able to start breathing through your third channel, that is Sushumna. When you have reached that stage, then it is easy to go to the Kutastha and stay inside. That channel is now available to you. It is not a blockage. It is a national highway now for you, because you have reached that with a lot of practice, with a lot of perseverance, with a lot of pain even, but you have reached that. So now you will be able to live in the Kutastha. And the objective of staying in the Kutastha is to eliminate the attractions of the worldly pleasures. How do you do that? You don't do it. You just concentrate on the Kriya Yoga, you just concentrate on what your Guru has told you, and that happens automatically. There is no switch in it, there is no special control available where you can switch it on and move to the Kutastha. You can't. So I'll remind you of that shlok which I often read. Vidivat prana sanyamer nadi chakre vishodate Shushumna vadanam vitva sukhe dvishati marutam Maruta madhya sanchare manasthairyam prajayate. What does it say? Vidhivat prana sanyamai. What is this vidhivat? Vidhi is buddhi. Vigat hoye che jekhane buddhi. Vidhi mane law. What is this law? The law is what your Guru tells you. Because he will not tell you any altu faltu thing. He will tell you exactly what is your objective and how to reach it. So vidhivat means as per law, as per niyam, as per kanun, as per ain. Vidhivat prana sanyamir, you do prana sanyam. What is prana sanyam? Control of breath. Vidhivat prana sanyamir nadi chakra vishodhate. That will, unlock or unravel the knots in your various chakras. So your flow of your breath is smoother, easier and cleaner. Vidhivat prana sanyamir nadi chakra vishodhate shushumna badanam bhitva sukhe dushati maruta. And thereafter, your breath will automatically start moving through the sushumna, because the passage which is blocked will then open. Sushumna badanam bhitva sukhe dushati maruta, with comfort, not without any comfort. So, and then what happens? Vidhivat prana sanyamir nadi chakra vishodhate sushumna badanam bhitva sukhe dushati maruta. Maruta madhya sanchare. Where is this sushumna? It is in the middle of Ida and Pingla. It is in the middle. This is in the spine. And it consists of three very, 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 very fine streams, or I don't know what to name them. Pravahika is what is Sanyal Mahashay's word. There is one Chitra, then there is one Vajrakhi, and then there is Brahmanadi. These three combined total is equal to Sushumna. So you ultimately have to get into the Brahmanadi, which is 1,000th part of a human hair. Is that thin. Okay. So once you have reached the kutas, what happens? Kabir Das ji said, Man laga un mani sum, वहां पहुंचो जाए, चांद बिन चांदनी जहां ता अलख निरंजन राय. Unmani, where there is no man. Your man is now assimilated in your soul. It had arisen from there, now it has gone back and gone to sleep. It is not functioning anymore. When that happens, then you reach Kutastha. In Kutastha, Chand bina chandani, there is moonlight, but there is no moon. There is no source of that light. Chand bina chandani jahan taha alakh niranjan rai. You will see the Almighty. You will feel the presence of the Almighty. You may or may not see Him. That is a different thing. So this is the Kutastha. But Kutastha is still a place where the guns are active. Satogun, Rajagun, Tamogun are still active there. Because if you see something there, you will feel a kick in your, oh my God, what a beautiful sight I'm seeing, and I must tell my wife, and I must share this with my so-and-so and so-and-so. I did that. I shared it with my guru. And he suddenly said, I was going on, I was enthusiastic, I was overflowing with, bubbly with excitement, and I told him, Baba, I saw this, I saw this, I saw this, I saw this. Janoji ten, আমার না সুগার 220 থেকে 180 চলে এসছে. He just put a bucket of cold water on my head. And the enthusiasm was gone. My God, what did I do? 1 minute, please. Yeah. So, I recanted that in one of the Gita sessions in English, and there's a chap who is a disciple of Murli Baba, a chap called Nick Picciani from England, from California. He said, Dada, I have had the same experience. I was talking to my guru about my experiences, and he said almost the similar things. Don't get attracted, don't get trapped into this. These are all earthly. We need to move beyond this. This is exactly what my guru said. So similarly, in the Kutastha, you will get all sorts of visions and sounds and stuff like that. You have to, be oblivious to them, not get trapped into their allurement, and move on. Baba said as much. Baba said, Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwar স্থিতি হবে জিতেন, থুথুর মতন ফেলে দিয়ে আরো এগিয়ে যেতে হবে। বাবা, আর এগিয়ে কোথায় যাব? সে তুমি ওখানে গেলে বুঝতে পারবে। Don't worry about it. So I said, fine. So, let us come back to the shlok. Therefore, those who are used to staying in the I don't know what's happening with this. Just a minute, please. Those who are used to staying for a prolonged period of time in the Kutastha become Sakshi, just witnesses. They know Gun is going to attract my Indriyas, sensory organs, and Gun is going to drag me down to the earth, so I must detach myself from there. They know my target is somewhere up there, so I should concentrate on that. So they become Sakshi, whatever Gun is doing. Baba used to simply say, শরীর শরীরের কাজ করছে, আমি আমার কাজ করছি. Sharir means chit, buddhi, ahankar, indriyas, all the sensory organs, all the work organs, they are doing their job. If I'm hungry, there will be a signal I'm hungry. But if I'm doing something, I must do that something, complete it, and then take care of my bodily requirements. So he said, I am not interested in what the body signals to me. I'm more interested in what my target is, what my job is, what my assigned work is. So it is being repeated here. He said, those who stay in the Kutastha become Sakshi. Sakshi is witness. Whose witness? What witness? Sattva, Raja or Tam. Sato, Rajo, Tamo, 3 gun. And the result of them. The result is Man, Buddhi, Ahankar, Deh, and different works that each of them performs. Buddhi does something, Man does something else. Man is activated by the Indriyas, and so on and so forth. For example, people, some are happy for some reason, others are a little unhappy at that very moment for some other reasons, and I am a witness to him and him. I don't share his joy, I don't share his misery also. That is a Sakshi, that is a witness. Because I know, I am aware that I have got no connection with that person who is joyous at this moment or the person who is miserable at the moment. Similarly, those who know that Atma, the soul, is different from the bodily functions of Chitta, Buddhi, Ahankar, sensory organs, etc., etc., and attraction, etc., etc., the soul has got no connection, and this is the soul that is watching. That is why Ami Amar Kaj Kochi, the soul is doing its work. This concept has to be worked at assiduously. You have to cultivate that, and you have to assimilate that into your thought processes to reach anywhere in Kriya Yoga. This has to come, but it comes with difficulty because it's tough. For example, 70 years I'm used to thinking, oh yes, I've done this, I've achieved national award, I've done this, I've created a factory. I can't stop beating my drum, but I must if I want to reach somewhere. This is what he's saying. Slowly, by staying in the Kutastha for a long time, they become themselves Kutastha-like. They can then very calmly, without any passion, analyze what is the work being done by the body or its organs and what is the work that needs to be done. Do I associate myself with what the body is doing it or not? They can also judge in the next person which gun is now prevailing, Satogun, Rajogun, Tamogun, out of these, which gun is prevailing. They can see. And ultimate, their strong, staunch belief is that I am nothing. I have nothing. Whatever is there, whoever is there, it belongs to Him, the Almighty, the soul. And therefore, by that logic, by that belief, they start not worrying about the materialistic world because they know that it is not mine. It is I am a temporary tenant. And thus, sarvachintam parityajya, abandoning all worries, they remain happy and careless, ultimately leading to bhavadukh se chutkara. Bhavadukh is the misery of living in this material world. You escape from that misery. Ram was told by his guru Vasishtha, Tasya chanchalta yesha tvavidya ram socyate vasana padanamni tam vicharena vinashaya. O Ram, the vacillation of the chit is itself agyan, avidya. The second name for avidya is vasana, want, desire. Think about it and remove it from your calculations. Try to always focus on the Atma, the soul. The practice of concentrating on the soul will give you enormous concentration. And when you have enormous concentration, you will be able to overcome all the tendencies of the man. Slowly, मैं और मेरा ज्ञान, the fact that I am this body. First ज्ञान is I am this body. That's the first illusion. I am this body. You are not this body. We have read in chapter 1 and chapter 2, God has very clearly told Arjun, you are not this body, you are the soul. So, the first illusion that will be completely removed from your being is I am this body. The next illusion that will be removed is that all the material world, this is my wife, this is my husband, this is my child, this is my money, this is my wealth, this is my car, etc., that will all vanish with the abolition of me being this body. But all this will happen only if you practice Kriya Yoga. Without Kriya Yoga, this is all a figment of your imagination that you will be able to control your chit and your man and your indriyas. You will not. And that too in Kriya ki Paravastha or Samadhi ka state. In Samadhi state, your existence is, the body is completely out of the picture. You are not even conscious that you have a body, you are not conscious you have a name, you are not conscious about your responsibilities within inverted commas. What are you responsible about? What are you responsive to? Only the urge to be one with Him. That is only in the stage of Paravastha or Samadhi. Initially, I may have, this is just imaginary, not written in the Gita, I may have about 25 to 30% tamagun, darkness, avidya, about the same percentage of satagun, and the remaining larger portion of rajagun, because I would be interested in acquiring a lot of money, property, flats, etc. So rajagun is acquisition, the sangraha karta, he who collects. That's what rajagun does for you. If you do kriya, your tamagun and rajagun will start reducing to a very large extent and your satagun will start increasing. So the proportion from 30% of tamagun may go down to 5% maybe. Rajagun may go down to another 5%. And 90% of Sattva will pervade your body, then you will be all the time conscious of the Almighty and your target and your detachment. This will not come in a day, it will not come in a year, it will come over a very long period of time, but that again is proportionate to the amount of time you spend doing your practice of Kriya Yoga. If you are, then there is a caution to this. The caution he says is, प्राण यदि ईड़ा और पिंगला में निरंतर आता जाता है तो सत्वगुण और गुणातीत भाव प्राप्त नहीं होगा. If you are still continuing to breathe in ida and pingla, the left nostril and the right nostril, then sattva-gun will not come. Your ability to become gunatit, beyond gun is beyond nature. Nature is the work tools of nature are the three guns. We read that prakriti kriyamanani gune karmani sarvasha ahankara vimoodatma karta amiti manyate. We read that. It means nature works through its three guns. So if you go beyond these three guns, then you are leaving nature in the back. What is nature? Nature is God's own power. There are two types of nature, avidya and vidya. Avidya is the one that all normal human beings and beings, not even human beings, even normal beings have that. They will, take care of their children to the extent that they may die of starvation, but they'll feed their children. They may die of a tiger killing them or a lion killing them, but they will protect their children. This is nature, this is inbuilt, this will happen. But unless and until you are able to go beyond nature itself, which is why in Chandi, in the 5th chapter, Devi says to the Dut, Sugriv of Shumb and Nishumb, she says, Yo mam jayati sangrame, yo me darpam vyapohati, yo me prativalo loke same bharta bhavishyati. Bhartar means Swami, Bhartar means controller. He only who defeats me in a war, in a battle, who destroys my ego, who applies as much power as is required to defeat me, only he will be able to be my controller. Who is her controller otherwise? The Lord Almighty. She belongs to the Lord Almighty. She dances to his tune. We dance to her tune. Now we want to reverse that. We want to be one with her controller, the boss, Brahma, and thereby this Prakriti or nature will dance to our tune, will follow our desires. And I have seen this many a time. For the Guru Pankti, it is said, Tasya sankalpa matrena srishti bhavet. By a simple resolution, they can create anything out of nothing. We discussed that about Lahiri Maharsh's Gurudev creating a golden palace for him to live in for 3-4 days. We discussed that. So it is this very possibility. This comes from Muladhara Vijay only. That is a very preliminary step. You have to move beyond 6 chakras. This is the first chakra. Crossing that first chakra with Sushumna is going to give you that kind of power to be able to readjust molecules and atoms to form nothing out of something or something out of nothing. Therefore, he says, you keep doing your Kriya and bring your pran flow from Ida and Pingla into Sushumna and be very careful, very alert about doing this, because you need to not relax. You need to be very, very alert. The sadhak will have no other objective in mind, because they know that all desires, lusts and wants come from the man, and that man also is controlled by pran. Therefore, you have to still your pran so that the entire, for example, the entire world is still for you. It does not move, it does not attract or dispel or repel or things like that. So that is the 28th shlok of chapter 3. Now we will move on to 29th. प्रकृते गुण सम्मूढ़ा सज्जन्ते गुण कर्मसु तान कृतस्न विदो मंदान कृतस्न विन्न विचालयेत. Those who are attracted by the activity of the guns or fall into the trap of the guns, they get enticed by the various material enjoyments that the guns provide. However, in contrast, the person who is an Atmavit, who knows the soul, who knows his banane wala, who knows his maker, अल्पज्ञा कर्म फल मात्र को देखने वाले मंदमती वालों को विचलित न करे. They don't disturb these people who are attracted by the world. How does it? I am a little confused. Let me see. वो लोग बुरे हैं, वे प्रकृति के गुणों से सम्मोहित होकर सारे. Oh, Larry Marshall says the words that I will use are not very attractive, but low life. Low life means, like kida makodas, insects, worms. So these people live their life as a low life creature. This is Larry Marshall's definition. But even they, stupid as they may be, this is again Sanyal Masha, I am not saying this, please. Don't accuse me of any wrong word, use of wrong word. Those who are so foolish, even if they go to the Guru and start organizing their life as per his directions, so they can cross this sansar sagar, bhav sagar cross kure jite parbe. Kintu there is no place for the lazy person. He will not be able to achieve anything. You have to work at it. Because the lazy person, even if he knows that this path is going to lead me to my salvation, he will not work for it. Such udyamheen, those who do not do not exert any effort, even the Siddha Purush, the Gurus and the saints cannot do anything. They can only help those who help themselves. I will not use this example. He says, God will take up the help and take the bhar. Bhar means responsibility of such a person who is trying. And he will help him, show him the right path. Those who just sit down, talk and talk and talk and sleep, such people cannot be helped by even God himself. अतएव ज्ञानी जन को चाहिए कि ऐसे आलसी मूढ़ लोगों को उनके ज्ञान रहस्य की बातें न कहें. Therefore, those who know should not expose this knowledge to such people who are lazy and not interested in their own salvation. Ultimately, in chapter 18, at the end of the Gita, the Lord repeats this. Idam te na tapaskaya na bhaktaya kadachana. Don't tell those people who don't do tapasya. Na bhaktaya, those who are not my devotees. Don't tell them about the Gita and its deep secrets. Because they will misuse that. They will twist it and justify their laziness and their inactivity, and thereby give a wrong message to the society. A lazy person will not do Kriya. And if he doesn't do Kriya, there is no chance of his Chitta Shuddhi, Satogun, exceeding the other two. They will just simply repeat the oral sermons they have got, the oral knowledge that they have got, but they will not actually do it. Oral knowledge reminds me of one quip that my Guru Maharaj used to very often say, पोथी मेरी थोथी चारों वेद पढ़े मजदूर, कथनी के घर बहुत है करनी के घर दूर. Pothi meri thoti, books are hollow. If you don't go into the depth of their meaning, the soul of that book, then a book itself, by itself, is hollow. Makes no difference. The mere reading of the book without trying to go into the depth is simply a labor work. It's a work. And he says, Kathani ke gar bahut hai. Those who, use the oral knowledge that they might have picked up here and there. And Karani means those who actually practice Kriya Yoga, are far apart. They are not easily found very close to you. Without Kriya, chances of salvation, chances of elevating your soul to that, not soul, Chit is Man. See, there's a very beautiful description that my Guru Maharaj said. I will share that with you. He said, মন হচ্ছে রান্নাঘর, ওখানে ডেইলি নতুন নতুন জিনিস পাক করা হয়, ক্রিয়েট করা হয়। আর চিত্ত হচ্ছে তোমার রান্নাঘরের স্টোর, যেটা পাক করা হলো, ক্রিয়েট করা হলো, ওটা চিত্তে স্টোর করে দেয়া হলো। আবার নেক্সট টাইম কেউ বললো, হ্যাঁ রে রসগোল্লা আছে, হ্যাঁ আমার আছে আনছি, and you go into the chit and you fetch it out. So the chit stores your resolutions and kalpana and stuff like that. Beautiful, I thought. Thereby, in today's world, there are a lot of people who, cheat others. Sanyal Maharaj is saying it, I am not saying it. How do they do that? They picked up something from somewhere and they created a big show of it and projected themselves as all, knowing all, doing all, everything. Today, what is my background? How do I qualify to even read the Gita and explain it to others? What is my qualification? I am a businessman. My background has been for 5-10 generations doing business, making money. আমার 14 পুরুষ কোনোদিন গীতা পাঠ করেননি। What is it that gives me the ability to explain it and for people to even want to listen to me? It is simply my Guru's kripa and his daya. He must have seen something somewhere, some spark, and that he tried to polish it. He said, "Hey Jiten, আমি একটা কথা বলছিলাম তোমাকে।" হ্যাঁ বাবা বলুন। আমাকে না খোঁচিয়ে আমার কথাগুলো কেড়ে রেকর্ড করে নাও। Why did he tell me? There were 1,500 people there. For some reason which I am not aware of, he chose me. Fair enough, which is now I am able to speak. There are moments when I don't know what I am going to read today. People say, what is your preparation? Are you ready for your Gita? I said, no, I am not ready. The speaker is ready. I am just the mic. The mic is set. You will open the computer and we will go. Whatever he says will come out. You have to submit to your Guru. You have to say, Ami kichu jani na. Sotti sotti amake admit korte hobe, I don't know. The moment I say, Are, I know yaar, I will, you're gone. Ar sei jayga paben na. So, you have to be humble. You have to submit to your Guru and his desires. My sister was telling me, today, 2004 I started this Gita and today is 24. Baba left in 2000. So it is how many years now? 20 years. There you go, 20 years. In Calcutta, I've been doing it ever since 2010. So, what is it that keeps me going? Is it my knowledge? I am not. I am nothing. Is it my perseverance? No. For some odd reason, the parents love one of their children to the exclusion of some of the others. It is like that. For no known reason, they have affection to me. So my guru is affectionate to me. And that is the reason that I am able to go on for so long. My wife tells me, তুমি আমাকে সিনেমা দেখাও না, কোনোদিন হোটেলে নিয়ে যাও না, ক্লাবে নিয়ে যাও না, আমাকে যা করতে হয় আমি নিজে করি. I said, that's fine. That will make our bond last a little longer. We will not fight anywhere else. And she is very helpful. Anyway, जो लोग स्वयं कुछ नहीं जानते, those who do not know anything, and they try to explain things to the others. This is Sanyal Baba speaking. Then they even dare to twist the actual meaning of the Shastra Vakya to suit their hypothesis. শাস্ত্র বলছে রাত, ওরা বলবে না, বলে ফেলেছে যদি রাত নয় দিন, then they will continue to explain that as din and thereby trap you and trap themselves. বাবা আমাকে বলতেন, আরে অন্ধ অন্ধকে রাহ দেখাচ্ছে, রাস্তা দেখাচ্ছে, কি অবস্থা হবে বল দেখি. इस श्रेणी के कुछ लोग श्रीमद् भागवत गीता के उपदेश के प्रति कटाक्ष करके बहुतेरी अकथ्य बात भी कहते हैं. यह उनका दुस्साहस मात्र है. Sanyal Maharaj is saying such people sometimes misabuse the Srimad Bhagavad Gita itself also, and they say some very nonsensical things, critical things, untrue things. It is simply their dussahas. A saint will not use any stronger word. Dussahas is good enough. So I think we'll call it a day, is it? Yes, it is exactly 8. Let us, Ranudi, do you know any prayers that you often use? 2-line, 3-line, 4-line prayers? You're not a very formal prayer kind of person? পুজো টুজো করেন না অত বেশি, চুপচাপ করে বসে প্রাইভেটলি করেন?
করি।
আচ্ছা, করেন
একদম ভীষণ ভীষণ নিজের মনে করি।
ভেরি গুড, ওয়ান্ডারফুল। না আমি বলছিলাম কয়েকটা জিনিস আছে, উই ক্যান সিং দ্য প্রেজ অফ দেবী দুর্গা, or we can sing the praise of Bhagwan Krishna. I think we should.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Exactly. Good. So there's a 2-3 liner small little shlok for Bhagwan Shri Krishna. Shri Krishna. No. See, my memory is just
Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari.
Yes. No. That is like a kirtan.
Okay. Yeah.
Pranata Klesha Nashaya Govindaya Namo Namah. That's the ending line. Do you know this?
Not
No,
that is coming to my lips.
Right.
Okay.
So we'll leave it for another day.
I have a favorite Kabir's song which I sing sometimes.
Bolun, please bolun.
This is Mat Kar Maya Ko Abhi Ahankar.
Oh, that's a beautiful one.
Mat
Yes.
kar Maya Ko Ahankar, Mat kar Kaya Ko Abhiman, Kaya Kar Se Kachi. Mat kar Maya Ko Ahankar, Mat kar Kaya Ko Abhiman, Kaya Kar Se Kachi. O Kaya Kar Se Kachi re jaise ओसरा मोती, मत कर माया को अहंकार, मत कर काया को अभिमान, काया कार से काची.
Yes, wonderful. I will sing you the full song because it is one of my favorites.
I basically sing Rabindranath's songs.
What? Okay.
That's my puja.
So this one is Kaya Gar Se Kachi. Gar is কাঁচা মাটির দেয়াল, গাঁথনি যেটাকে বলি আমরা, মাটি দিয়ে করা। It's so weak. ओ मत कर काया को अहंकार, मत कर माया को घमंड, काया गार से काची, गार से का चीर जैसे ओसरा मोतीर, झपका पवन का लग जाए झटका, हवा का लग जाए गाया गार काया। व्हाट इज द लास्ट वर्ड? काया की हबे, हवा लागले की हबे? ओसरा मोतीर जैसे ओसरा मोतीर, झपका हवा का लग जाए झटका, पवन का लग जाए काया, दूर हो जासी। ओ मत कर माया को अभिमान मत कर, काया को घमंड काया गार से काची। ओसरा मोती, dew points, dew drops on the leaf, a little bit of a breeze, and down they go into the earth. Okay, good night.
Okay, thank
Today's
you so
session
much.
was very satisfying, I think.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jai
Bye.
Guru.
Jai Guru.